Good evening, everybody. Well, today it was pretty uneventful, and that's a good thing if you're driving. We did drive through some bad weather. We delivered up here in North Carolina, just outside of Winston-Salem this morning. Got our load of ice cream off. Then drove about 180 miles over to I can't even remember the name of this place. I have to look it up. Everything up here is named after cigarettes. I mean, I went by Winston-Salem, Durham, the Tar River, Tarville. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, we're up here at a frozen facility that picks up in the morning at 9 a.m. So we just been watching it rain all day. My daughter called me and she's like, "Dad, I got a tornado alert where you're at right there." As I was driving, and it was hammering. The rain was hammering. Wind was blowing. But what can you do? You're driving. You're an 18-wheeler. And if you know anything about tornadoes, I'm from Texas. You can't get away from it anyway. I mean, all you can hope, especially when you're driving, is that it don't pass right on top of you. You got to keep moving. Sitting still is the worst thing you can do in a vehicle. Ain't that right, Duty B? Duty B? Ain't that right? Yep, that's right. Just keep moving, keep trucking. We from Texas. We'll lasso that tornado and ride it. That's what we do. Alright, so this facility allows you to park all night. So I pulled in here. It's gated. Got a view of the woods over there. Now that the rain's finally stopped, it's just woods all the way around, which is fine with me. I feel right at home. So we're gonna cook dinner. I got a first step I got is I got a chicken breast here from my butcher, old Chubby's in Moss Hill, Texas, where I get my meat. Big old fat chicken breast. I'm fixing to cut that in half. Not lengthwise, but actually down the center like a fillet. Cut it in half so it thins out. And we're gonna put that on the George Foreman. But that ain't the only way we're gonna eat it. That's just how we're gonna start. So I'll get back to you when we get that done. So when I pulled in here this this afternoon, it was really not much afternoon, right around lunchtime, and saw that they had a gated facility. I could drop my trailer and put myself on personal conveyance and run to town. There's a Walmart right down the street, so that's what I did. And I found a loaf of French bread, clearance stout. So I said, man, I'm gonna get that. And I'm gonna do some kind of Italian. So I'm gonna do some Italian. I'm gonna fix and grill up this breast, and then I'm gonna slice it up how I want it. And I got an Alfredo penne pasta in a bag. I love these meals in the bag. Some people don't trust meals in the bag. I ain't never had a problem. But then again, I pretty much eat anything. I ain't never really had a problem. Fixing to slide this breast on there and put, this is Tone Brothers Chicken Winter. Winter chicken dinner. It's called Chicken Winter seasoning. Pretty good on the bird. No matter how grilled, baked, whatever you want. Put that on the bird. It's pretty good. Got that at the scratching den for like $1. If you know how expensive spices are, that's pretty good. The grill's hot. Put that old grilling oil on it. Close it back up for a second. Yeah, got my vent in the window there. My exhaust vent going on. Jujubee, she starts smelling dinner, starts getting excited. You chewing on that bone? Chewing on your bone? Yep. Yep. I don't know what this thing's made out of, y'all. But I guess it's bone flavored or something. But she's had this thing, she's been chewing on this thing for a year. I'm telling you. And it's still there. So whatever it is, she likes it. She loses it every now and then and gets frustrated with herself. But I do the same thing with things. Hey, I lost my look. And I'm in a truck, so where could it be? It's not. It ain't like a 3-bedroom house. My little tray that goes under my George Foreman, I built one. I had to build one out of tinfoil. I'm telling you, I got to go through this truck. I'm going to do that one after dinner tonight. I'm going to go through this truck. I'm going to find that tray because it can't be. I mean, where could it be? It's right. It's a truck. It's here. I know I used this grill yesterday and then cleaned it off and put the stuff away. So maybe I didn't put it where I normally put it or whatever, but I know it's here. So I split that breast. Like I said, not really cut it, just see how wide it is now, but it's the same, about the same width all the way around. And then I'm gonna hit it with that chicken winter seasoning. Get her coated up with that. And the George Foreman, if you've ever cooked with one, it only cooks at one temperature. And that temperature is, god dang, that's hot. So you gotta watch your food on there. I've had people say they burn their food up, and that's because you don't pay attention to it. It ain't set it and forget it. Put it on there. Put your lid down. Make sure everything's sitting firm. There you go, sitting right. And you gotta watch it. Check on it every now and then. Don't walk away. That's pretty much anything. That's how idiots burn their houses down and stuff, because they don't be paying attention. Oh yeah. So my murder gloves I normally wear, it's like a mechanic's glove, and they're pretty expensive. I found these whole box of gloves right here at Walmart over in the pharmacy area. They're called exam gloves. So technically, I guess I could give examinations if you need one. I got the gloves, so that makes me a professional. Yeah, I use that now for my meat, and that was a lot cheaper. I think it was like $4 for a whole box of them, where the other ones are closer to $20. You know what I mean, for the spider gloves. So let me get this chicken done, and then we'll see what happens. All right, y'all. Let me show you what she looks like. She look like she's hungry. She look like she's hungry. Here you be. Is you hungry? Is you hungry? Don't let her fool you, y'all. She got food in her bowl down there. She just interested in what we got going on here. So yeah, the one thing you'll probably never hear me say again, that was big old breast, almost too much breast. But yeah, that was a good one. So we got that all whipped up. And that's an Alfredo. But I'm going to add some Parmesan. Yeah, I got your permission to add the Parmesan. Jujubee? So yeah. And some chopped chives. And then our garlic bread, done on the George Foreman, turned out right. If you notice the bread, actually one of the only things Walmart does right, I think, is the fresh breads. And I only know this because I worked at Walmart. I was actually a manager for a while. So that's one of the only things they make in store other than like the rotisserie chicken or whatever. But that bread comes in from the warehouse as just dough, frozen. They set it out the night before in a special room, sealed up, thawed out. Then it goes in a bread baking. They actually have bread baking machine in the back, and they bake that bread. But if you'll notice, if you buy a loaf of that, any of the loaves of the fresh baked bread at Walmart, it don't last but a day or two until it'll start molding up on you. You got to eat it pretty quick. And the reason is, it ain't got all them preservatives. You shouldn't be able to keep a loaf of bread in the cabinet for a month. We do, and as Americans, we think, well, that's great because it lasts forever, but it's not supposed to. You're not supposed to have all them preservatives in there. So I do like the Walmart fresh breads. Unfortunately, I'm like everybody else. I can't go buy a loaf of bread, fresh bread every day. So, I eat the preservative bread too. I got a loaf in my cabinet up there that'll last me the whole trip. 3 weeks out, I can eat sandwich or whatever I'll need to use bread for. But yeah, so after about a day and a half, they'll put that on clearance because they know it ain't gonna last but about another day and a half, and then it's gonna start growing stuff. All right, try that chicken Alfredo with Parmesan. That's good. That's good. Try our French, our garlic bread. You can't go bad with buttered bread and garlic. I don't know if anybody else did it, but buttered bread is like a side dish when I was growing up. Like literally just a piece of bread smeared with butter. You could eat that with almost any meal. Mama, we had buttered bread. What are we having? Chicken, beans, and buttered bread. Man, that was good. So you can't go bad with buttered bread. And then you toast it, throw some garlic on it. You can't get nothing but better. All right, guys. Well, you agree? You agree? Yep. I'll tell everybody bye. Tell everybody bye. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. All right, guys. We're gonna finish dinner. Probably find us something to watch on the old YouTuber, and then get this loaded in the morning. Head up to Iowa. I've been lucky. God's blessed me. Every time I leave the north, I had to chain up one time this year. If you've watched my videos coming across Idaho in those mountains, it got pretty bad. Hit a blizzard, had to chain up to get down off the mountains. But every time I leave Iowa up there, they get a blizzard. And by the time I get back, it's nice weather. I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know why you don't like it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I've been hitting the good weather. It's been a good winter. That was one thing that I was talking to my wife about. That was one blessing was I was worried about switching jobs in December because you're just coming into the winter, really. February is normally the worst month for drivers. You can check me on that. But February, there's a lot of last minute blizzards and whatnot right in February. So, and I had a scare a few years back. Me and Jujubee basically slid off the side of a mountain in the snow and ice. Of course, it wasn't on the highway. It was on a back road going to an oil well, like a dirt road, unmaintained. And the only thing kept us from rolling into that crevasse was the back wheel of that trailer hit a boulder, blew the tire out and everything, but it stopped the truck. We sat there for 16 hours. You talk about sphincter tightening. I sat in that driver's seat the whole time, watching that snow. I got out a few times to let her out to use the bathroom or whatever, and I just sat there. I couldn't go to sleep. How can I go to sleep when I'm half hanging off the cliff? The only thing holding me is that boulder back there. So I just sat there ready to jump and grab her out if anything happened. Blizzard got it over with in about 8 hours, and then about another 8 hours sitting there. They finally got a grader up there that could get my trailer back up out of that ravine on the road. I could get some chains on and back down that mountain and go around to a secondary road they cut in, didn't tell nobody, and the sign was covered with snow. Come on. So the whole thing could have been avoided. Ever since then, I got like PTSD. I was driving through Wyoming about maybe a year and a half later, and it started icing up, and I got a little slippage on the highway. And I wasn't even in the mountains. I was just on the highway. Come to a stop, and a little bitty grade went to leave, and the truck was slipping. I lost my mind. All of a sudden, I was back falling off the side of that mountain. It's crazy how your mind works. I finally got to a place where I could pull off. I pulled off and shut down. I didn't care if that load got anywhere within the next week or two, as long as I wasn't falling off a mountain somewhere. Come on. But I ain't had nothing like that ever again. That was bad, and we didn't want to repeat it. But yeah, so this year I was blessed. I started in December, on December 22nd to be exact, and every time, I ain't kidding you, the Lord blessed me. I feel sorry for them people that ain't on my side, because He helping me out. Every time I leave, they get a blizzard. So that just happened like 2 days ago, day before yesterday. And by the time I get back up there, it's supposed to be nice weather again. I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, we're gonna eat this dinner. Good night. Good night. Say good night. Yep. Good night, everybody. All right. God bless y'all and have a good evening.